Steve Kerr, the sharpshooter, and Clark Kellogg. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will try to protect home court. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls. In the two meetings last year, they came away with wins, never losing.
Remember, they won both games against this club last season, which was, I think, one of the highlights of the year.
Got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for Chicago right now, Heinrich and Rose, the guards. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in the small forward. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. The shot by Paul, no good. Steve was talking about this moments ago about the sweep. Not easy to do, certainly, when you take on an opponent, when you know. And even if it's just a two-game series like this one is, and it won't be any easier this year, I don't think either, Clark.
No, it won't. I mean, we can be pretty certain, Kevin, that both of these teams are going to be battling for the top spot in their respective conferences. So the games between them will be hard-fought and tough.
Other than the big offensive struggles last year, the Bulls were pretty much how they have been the last few years.
Exactly, Kevin. A strong defense with excellent rebounding and togetherness, and just lacked a little offensive firepower.
For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Now here's Paul. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah. Barnes kicks to Jordan. Clock at 6. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Follow up with the Bulls' second in field goal percentage against still a top 10 team in rebounds.
Here's Paul. Kicks it to Barnes. Shoots the 3. Paul's shot is off.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yep, I thought so too, Clark. Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in. And as you were saying, I agree. I mean, the Bulls definitely have a philosophy and system as to how they operate and manage the business. It seems as though everyone has bought in, and when that happens, it takes more than a couple of injuries to derail the team. They've stayed the course because they understand who they are and keep the expectations high no matter what circumstance they find themselves in.
Jordan, the pass to Paul. Tries it from 9. Second chance shot. The shot will not go. Gasol with the defensive effort. Heinrich, right side. Lets it go. The good-looking shot from the wing.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
He gives them a double-digit lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out of the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. McDermott's checked in for Dunleavy. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Kirk Heinrich. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, Chris Douglas Roberts had bounced around since being drafted 40th back in the 08 draft, playing for different teams, time in the D-League in Italy. Picked up by the Bobcats last season, he played consistent minutes and really contributed.
And he can't hit the second. And Douglas Roberts, known as more of a scorer than a shooter playing at the University of Memphis, but he shot well from distance last season.
They call him CDR. He was around 39% from behind the arc, Kevin, and that was much needed for the Bobcats. Give him credit. He kept working and was ready when the opportunity knocked.
Defensive foul.
Well, Jamal Crawford has proven that no matter what role he plays, just call him buckets. He can flat out put the ball in the basket. You got to give him a lot of credit, though. He does change his game quite a bit depending on if he's coming off the bench or starting. I think that speaks to his IQ.
And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them.
And as you said with Jamal, a lot of players can't really make that change between being a starter or a sub, but he does it so smoothly in such short time. It really adds a lot of utility to this team. They keep going down low with the ball, and it results in points. They're having their way in the paint.
And it's resulted in a big early lead, too.
Great-looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
The Clippers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And you look at the numbers, guys, this team shot a 73% clip over the course of last season.
Out of bounds.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Spencer Hawes.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And so the first quarter wraps up without too much action on the scoreboard. It's the Bulls up 9.